it is the full tones and the half tones.
Hello everyone, my name is Daniel Sajati. I've been taking classes with Miss Lillian since I was very little, but today's lesson is going to be relating a lot to do with improvisation, so I thought it would be appropriate that instead of preparing, I just make it up as I go along. But I'm going to be talking about the full tones and the half tones, so it's kind of hard to do this with just words, so I have a visual aid here to kind of help me describe it. I should have a Sharpie in my pocket. Okay. So, have any of you heard of half tones and full tones, or half steps and whole steps? Okay. So, like a third of you. So I'll do a quick refresher, and so a whole step. So here's a key word. A whole step is when you go from one note to another note, and there's a note in between. So this note is called C, and if you go to D, that's a whole step, because it's skipping C sharp. But a half step, so whole step equals. Bear with me. And a half step is when you go from one note to the immediate next note. So from like C to C sharp, or from like E to F, that's a half step. So one of the things that is very important in improvisation is knowing your scales. And while there isn't any shortcut to learning all your scales, there is a way to find out the notes in any scale based on this method. It's called, all you have to remember is the mnemonic, we walk home when we walk home. So we walk home when we walk home. The W's represent whole steps, and the H represents half steps. So, any of you name a note on the piano?
C.
Okay, C. So define the notes in C in the scale of C major. You follow this mnemonic. So from C, what's the next whole step after C?
D.
D, right, because it skips C sharp. Then a whole step up, so that's one whole step. What's the whole step up from D?
E.
E, good. And what's a half step up from E?
F.
Right, good. And what's a whole step up from F?
G.
Good. And what's another whole step up from G?
A.
Good. And what's another whole step up from A?
B.
Good. What? Yeah, B. And what's a half step up from B?
C.
Okay, so those are the notes in C major. Now someone name any other scale. So we
E.
Okay, E. Yeah, that one's trickier because it has like sharps or flats or whatever. So what's a whole step up from E?
F sharp.
Good. So what's another whole step up from F sharp?
G sharp.
Good. So I'm going to write this down so you remember. E, F sharp, G sharp. What's a half step up from G sharp? A. What's, it's A. So it's only A sharp. It's A because from G sharp to a half step up from G sharp, the immediate next note is A. So it's A. What's a whole step up from A?
B.
Good. B. What's a whole step up from B? C sharp. Good. What's another whole step up from C sharp?
D sharp.
Yeah, D sharp. And what's a half step up from D sharp?
E.
E. Well, E sharp would be F, but it's E. So yeah, the whole half step up from D sharp, the immediate next note is E. So if we named all the notes in the scale of E major correctly, it should be E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. So I want to play this on the piano to demonstrate. And if it sounds wrong, it's your fault. So this is E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. here's some other cool things you can do with that knowledge. So you can find the notes in any chord. So what types of chords, do any of you know what two types of chords there are? Or two types of, anyone, you can say, make it up.
F,
What?
C and F.
Yeah, those are specific chords, but the two types of chords are major and minor.
Yes.
And two types of scales are also major and minor. So major chords, the second note in any major chord is going to be 4 half steps above the first note. And the last note is going to be 3 half steps up from that note. Now, in minor chords, the second note in any minor chord is going to be 3 half steps up from the first note, and the last note is going to be 4 half steps up from that. So, any of you name a note on the piano?
B.
B.
Okay, B. You want it to be minor or major?
Minor.
Okay, B minor. Actually, you come up here, you can demonstrate.
Oh, she's working.
You open your mouth here.
Okay, so play the first note B. Now go 3 half steps up from that. The next note, yes. D, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 3 half steps. D, and go 4 half steps up on that. So play all 3 notes. Now play them together. Now, can anyone tell me, does that sound like a happy chord or a sad chord?
What?
Does it sound happy or sad?
Sad.
So it's probably minor, so that's probably right. So you did all the notes right. So why don't you demonstrate B major? So 4 half steps up from B. No, okay. So B, 4 half steps up is 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. And then 3 half steps up from that. 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. And now I need more volunteers because I need you guys to help me figure something out. I'm kind of working on a song, and I need you guys to help me find the notes. So anyone who wants to help, please come up. We'll work through it together. Don't be intimidated. No one comes, I'll have Mr. Lane come. Yeah, you can help it. I just want more people to see that. Let's see what I'm doing. And anyone else who wants to observe, free to come up. So, why don't you, who wants to play?
I do.
Okay. All right. So, now that you know how to find notes in any major and minor chord, you can kind of figure out how to play any song if you're given the names of the chord. So, I'm trying to figure out a song, and I want the first chord to be A minor. So can you figure out how to play A minor? So the first note would be A, right? And then a minor means the second note, and the chord is going to be 3 half steps up from that. So good. So A, C, and then what's 4 half steps up from C? Do we count them? C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Good. So that's A minor. Now, not all chords, not all A minors will sound like that. Sometimes there's inverted chords. And what an inverted chord means is that you take the first note in the chord and you bring it 1 octave up. So instead of being A, C, E, the order is flipped to C, E, A. Okay, good. Now I want the second chord in the song to be a B major 7 chord. Now that sounds tricky, but it's easy. We'll figure it out together, okay? So B major means, so what's the second note in a major chord? It's 4 half steps up, right? So play for the first note. Now count 4 half steps up. I'll try again. C. Okay, so 1 half step is C. 2 half steps is C sharp. 3 half steps is D. Oh wait, I messed up. Oh, it's B minor 7. I'm sorry, I wrote that wrong. Yeah. Okay, so it's that's right. B, D. half steps, because it's a B minor 7 chord, what's 7 half steps up from D? So count. Wait, is it? I'm sorry, I got the names of the chords in the song. Wait. Wait. I'm trying to, what is this? I've never seen this before. Wait. Well, let me ask Professor Google. So chords with E, and G. Minor key? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. So that's just a B. So 1, 2, 3. No, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, let's just say that the next chord is B, E, and G as a given. So this one's tricky. I'll figure it out later. But so play that. Okay. Remember that chord. Now the last chord is going to be a G major chord, first inversion. So what's the first note in a G major chord? It would be G, right? Why don't you play that an octave lower? Okay. So what's the second note in a major chord? How many half steps up is the second note? Major is 4. So the next second note in a major chord is 4 half steps up from the first note. So count 4 half steps. Yeah, C. So G, C. And what's 3? And then what's the last note? 3 half steps up. Okay. Now make it a first inversion by moving the first note up an octave. Good. So play the first chord. The first chord we played was A minor first inversion. So yeah, so I'll play the second chord. No, wait, was it? Yeah. And the last chord was it was a G minor first inversion. Wait, G major or G minor? We moved up the G. Okay. And move up the G. Sorry. Okay, so yeah, this was G major, and then the first inversion. So yeah, we moved up the G to 1 octave up. So all right. Now put them all together. What's the first chord? Play that a couple times fast. And then play the next one. The next one was. Okay, and now last chord. What is this? B, E, G. Okay, I'll do that again faster.
Figaro.
What?
Sounds one they used to say Figaro.
Figaro? That's pretty far from opera. add the bass, play the first chord, and be clear if I add the bass, play the first chord. So C, E, A. Stop the grip. Okay, thank you very much.
What song was it?